Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to my channel once more. So, I'm called Egamos, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to bet responsibly and knowing how to make the right decision when you bet. Okay, so now today I never had any match which I could share with you people, but I'm going to give you a couple of matches which really caught my eye and had value, but I'm not putting my money on, and I don't encourage anybody to put his money on. Okay, but if you have extra token which maybe you just want to try it out today and see how things work, you can go for this. This is the first match right here between Paris FC and Le Havre. So on this particular match, you can go for the Le Havre to win, draw, no bet in the first half. So you can see they have a lot of good quality and they can win. But I don't recommend anyone to play in this particular fan stick because this league is very, very unserious, guys. I must be honest with you. Let me just look for the match. So this is an unserious league and I don't recommend you to bet on it. So I pretty much see the reason why they cannot even, it's very, very difficult for them to win on the Champions League or Europa League because they are unserious. They don't, yeah, I don't know what I can just say about this particular league, guys, because they are unserious. The League 1 and League 2 in France, they are terrible. So I don't really recommend that anyone should bet in this particular countries or in this particular league. Okay, but if you want to bet on this, okay, so for now this is a bet which I could have gone to because there's more value on it that the heavy side is much better. Because the first thing is that I've tried to look at the squad of Paris FC and I noticed that a lot of players playing for the Paris FC, they have gone to Africa because of the African nation code. A lot of them going to Senegal, Guinea, and they have a lot of players there. So a lot of their squad have gone there. They're going to be using the second team right there to play against Le Havre, which is a good match to try for, but I don't recommend it to anyone. Okay, so you can see the odds, and then if you even monitor the odds, you're going to notice that they're going to drop down in the during the afternoon. Okay, or later in the day. Okay, so now I thought draw no bet. I think we are going to go to the Asian handicap right there because we don't have a draw no bet here. So Asian handicap first half. So you should look for the zero map. So you can see right here. So you can see bet 365 and 1 is bet. And here you guys should go for the ODS should be, as you can see, the ODS 2 point. So I'm talking about this right here. This right here. Okay, so the ODS 2.50 is from 1 is bet. Okay, so you can go and try that if you want to give a try as well on the match, but I don't recommend it for anyone to bet on. And then we also have a second match right here, which is in I think this should be Fiorentina. Okay, Fiorentina playing against Genoa, so you can go for a Fiorentina win. Fiorentina have a very, very good chance of winning, but they don't fall under my regulations of betting. So you always need to program yourself and know when to bet and when not to bet, guys, because it's very, very, very important. Okay, because if you just bet on everything because you think it's in your favor, you're going to lose money. So you need to know when to bet and instruct yourself and follow specific instruction in order to bet. But for this, I'm just going to share the match because I just wanted to show you something that at least I had a match, but I'm not recommending you guys to bet on, but you can try them if you have an extra money and want to just try to risk them on the matches. And if you are trying to risk them, don't bet all of them at the same ticket, bet all of them in two separate tickets. Okay, so I'm going to move up back. So this is a Fiorentina match, and in this particular match you are going to go for the odd first half win right here. You go for Fiorentina to win in the first half. You can say ODS 1.95. I don't recommend it for anyone to try it out, okay guys, but if you want to try, you should go for it if you have extra money to waste. Okay, they might happen, but I don't recommend playing because it doesn't fall under my rules and regulations of betting. And then because you need to be self-disciplined in order to become a good gambler, and then you need to put your own rules and regulations. So if anything is against regulation of betting, so you don't try it out. Okay, but if you fall under your rules of betting, you bet. Okay, so I don't recommend anyone to bet today, but okay, so like I told you, I'm going to be teaching you guys on how you should bet wisely and become a professional gambler. As you can see, I've been profitable, and the first most important thing which you need to take into consideration is this: go to the head-to-head. And so you can see, if we pretty much look at this, okay, so you can see the last day that these two teams played. Okay, so you can see the last play on the 13 each and every one of them. Okay, but today is on the 17. This is 17, as you can see up there. Okay, so now what you need to take into consideration is what is this, guys. Okay, sometimes you notice that a team is going to like play it on the 13, while the other one is played like on the 10, okay, of the month, and then why the team just recently played on the 13. Just to say, you might see that Fiorentina last played but on the 13, whereas Genoa last played on the 10, okay. But looking at the odds are going to be in favor of so the odds are going to be in favor of they should be in favor of Fiorentina, okay. So I'm going to say odds are going to be in favor of Fiorentina, and then you as a gambler, you notice that, okay, this particular Genoa, they last played on the 10, okay, meaning that they have enough time to rest, and it's not always the time to rest that is really important, guys. But the reason is because of this, okay. When a team have enough time, that they have enough resting time, and the coach is always going to have enough time in order to study the other team very, very well. So you can see Fiorentina, like I told you, they last played on the 13, so Fiorentina will be busy focusing on this match which should be played on the 13 right here, okay. Whereas uh whereas you are going to see Genoa, we are just taking into consideration as Genoa right there. Genoa actually have the match which last played on the 10, and then they'll be focusing on this match which will be played on the uh, match will be played on this on the 17th right there. So you can see, if you count the day, they're having about 6 resting days in order to study the team. Why this team right there, after playing on the 13th, just have the next day which they are going to like start preparing for the match on the 17th. So they only have 2 days, while the other team have about 6 days. So you can see there's a massive time for them. And then the coach of so the coach of Genoa be having enough time, okay, even though it's a weak team, they'll be having enough time to like study the team of Florentina, and then even have one match again which they will play on the 13 in order to study to and be able to know what they are going to do, exactly what they should be, their decisions, and they try to study the team pretty well. And you are going to see that even though Florentina was a massive favorite in this match, and they knew that they are going to win, they might end up losing, or might even end up like drawing the match, because this team have studied them a lot. Genoa have studied them a lot, and then Florentina just have 2 days in order to for the coach to study the Genoa team and go and train his players on how they are going to play. So it's really, really important that you look at that, guys. That is the most important thing that you need to take into consideration. That's why you might see teams like Man City might just come back from the Champions League and then going to play uh, in the big game, maybe in the Premier League game between and the big team like Norwich. You might say Norwich might end up doing good against them because they have enough resting time, and the coach have enough time to train his players on how to use the strategy which is going to give them in order to beat Man City. Okay, so that is the first fact. The second one is people take into consideration things that they don't value. Okay, let's move down, and here is it, head to head. Head to head, okay. So you can see Florentina have been playing against this particular Genoa, and then some people, you are just going to say, oh, Florentina haven't lost a match against Genoa in their last 4, and I think Florentina is very, very good for that. Okay, that is totally wrong, guys. And I don't even recommend you guys to take note into this, because you don't need to take note into anything in the past fixtures. Past fixtures, something that have passed years ago, maybe it might be 1 year or whatsoever behind that then you are trying to take into consideration. It doesn't matter, guy. This is totally, totally wrong for you to take into consideration her head to head, because the reason for this is this, okay, guys. So now you are taking into consideration there are different squads. So the time when they play this head to head right here, okay, and then you can see this head to head right here is totally having a different squad from this, from that, okay. And then you are taking them into consideration. Then you want to come and use them for your advantage in the current games you are playing right here. These games here are played at totally different month, total maybe different years in total, and then you're trying to like take them and compare with the head to head, guys. Don't take head to head into consideration, just keep them out and then try to predict based on the recent form. Maybe the recent, most important, try to take their recent last 10 matches, because they really bring you into good, because you can see maybe even if players are having injuries and just going out and coming back, notice that within these 10 matches they are circulating in the match within this period, okay. So it's really important you take into consideration that, and then allow the head to head, okay. And thirdly, but not the last thing but very important as well is what you need to check out is the team form. Okay, when you talk about the team form, you're trying to like think about how good are the players, are they going to be some important players which are going to be injured, and would they be out? So you need to take into consideration right here, guys. So looking at this match of Florentina against Genoa, you can see there's a very important player which had two yellow cards and it's going to be absent right here. So you can see it's a massive advantage for the it's a good advantage for this for Florentina side. So you can see a team who have this guy have been playing a lot of matches, and you can see from here it's a defender and he's going to be off today. I've played 14 matches, scored 1 goal, and he have really been consistent in the matches, play a lot of matches this season for Florentina. And then you can see some other injuries. Try to look at them and see which are the key injuries right there. Okay, so it's important you really look at this, and it's really going to be important when, especially before when you try to make a decision on the match, you are going to like see it. So there are other things which you can consider: the weather condition, the few pitch that particular day, and who in my favors, and there are a lot of variables you need to put into consideration when you're about to bet, guys. So I think it's really helpful for you. And then, like I also told you in this particular match of Le Havre, okay, I don't know if I've already told you this, but Le Havre right here, Paris FC are having a lot of their players in Africa because of the African Nation Cup going up now. So a lot of players moved there from Paris FC, and Le Havre should be taking the advantage as well. Okay, so but like I told you, I don't recommend you to bet on any of these matches unless you have an extra income, and I wouldn't consider it because I myself haven't bet on any of them because they don't fall under my rules. Okay. So if you have enjoyed the channel so far up to this stage, please guys leave a like to the channel, subscribe and click on the notification bell, and if you don't share with your friends, it won't encourage me, and then I need to keep having subscribers and likes, and then commenting down below if the content is good or not, so that I keep on the videos, guys. So hope you love it and leave a thumb up for me. Thanks.